WWE made it very, very, very clear last night. Night of Champions is still going ahead, which I just think is just crazy. You're putting your wrestlers and crew at harm, in danger, just to make a bit more money. That, if there was a way to sum up WWE TKO in 2025, this is the perfect example. They're putting their wrestlers in serious actual danger for real, just to make some money. That just sums it up. Raw, bad. Obviously bad, unwatchable. Just stupid booking from Triple H again. Stupid from top to bottom. So many decisions that made you think, what have I just witnessed here? What have I just witnessed? Heels versus heels, faces versus faces. They added two more matches, well, three. They added 3 matches to, well, 4. We now know the Night of Champions card now. Obviously, we knew it was going to be Jade versus Asuka, so we've got that. That's confirmed. Which, by the way, is face versus face. Keep that in mind. We get Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Confirmed. Face versus face. Which was set up by Cody versus Jay. Face versus face. Do you get the theme here? By the way, Cody, Randy Orton. A SummerSlam main event, a WrestleMania main event level match. Thrown away at Night of Champions. With one show to build it up. SmackDown. One show to build it up. Thrown away. Again, money. Could have easily main evented WrestleMania one day. One last evil heel Randy Orton run versus babyface Cody Rhodes for the title. Main event WrestleMania. It's in the lap. And you can say, oh, they'll do a rematch. It'll be fine. We've already seen it. It's wasted. We get Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez added to the card. Okay. Couldn't care less. To be honest, I don't think anyone could care less. Pointless match that has no. Stupid. They just want Rhea Ripley on the card. And they don't know what to do with her when she's out of the title scene because that's the only way they know how to book her. Same for Gunther. So it's just like, let's just throw in a random match with Raquel Gonzalez for absolutely no reason whatsoever. They had Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross to the card. Okay. Again, I like Karrion Kross. Deserves a PLE match. But is that going to make you need to see Night of Champions? No. It's a weird card. Very weird card. From matches that you just have no interest in seeing to faces versus faces. No, I don't know. But Night of Champions is still going ahead. We started the show with Seth coming out and just speaking a whole lot of nothing. This Seth faction is awful. It's boring. What? He was just spitting a whole lot of nothing. What was the point in that promo? What did it achieve? What did it do? What did it do for a storyline? What did it do for next week? What did it do for that faction? What did it do to make you feel invested and excited to see what Seth Rollins does next? Nothing. It did nothing. This Seth faction has been booked so badly. I like Seth, but I don't know what he's on about. Although, he did start to speak about how fans don't know what they want, which is so true. So true. He's saying, you cheer for Roman, you cheer for Punk, then you cheer for me, you boo me, then sing my song. It's so true, but it's 50% blame on the fans. 40% of the blame goes on the fans. 60% goes on Triple H. Because he's the one setting these situations up. WrestleMania, Punk, Roman, Seth, who is the 3 people he mentioned last night. Him, Roman, Punk. You cheer for all of us. Maybe that's because you were all faces at WrestleMania. So the fans, what are they supposed to do? They can't boo someone that's a face. They can't boo someone that they love, so they're cheering and beating up someone else that they love. It doesn't work. That's what happens when you do face versus face versus face. Of course they're going to sing along to your song. They've done it for months, for years. Triple H ain't got the balls to change your theme song because he likes the crowd reaction. He likes the sound of crowd singing along to his song because it gives the illusion that fans are having a great time. That's why he loves Jey Uso. It gives the illusion that these shows are really good. Crowds are having a great time. They're singing along to theme songs and all of it because they have nothing else to cheer for in the night, mate. That's probably why. So he's gone out there saying, spitting just facts because crowds these days are unbearable. Crowds in WWE 2025 are unbearable. Dominic Mysterio, cheering him for months, right? Since WrestleMania. Babyface reactions every week. And now he's just back to getting booed out the building again for some reason. Makes no sense. What did we all of a sudden just change our mind on Dominic again? Why were we cheering him for months then, if we still hate him? Again, it mostly falls on Triple H for always doing these face versus face situations and heels versus heels where you don't know who to cheer for, so you just cheer for both of them. Triple H, book faces versus heels. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. But we don't have any heels, or at least any good heels. Paul Heyman, the faction still has no name. No name. It's been a thing since WrestleMania. Ages ago. Since April. We're in June, going into July. And it still doesn't have a name. Can you think of any faction in history that was a success that didn't have a name? No. No. Of course not. Is it that difficult to come up with a name? Does it require that much effort and you going out your way that much for you to just create a name for the faction? Jesus Christ. And then Paul Heyman is out there looking more uncomfortable than he's ever looked in his career. He looks more out of place than he's ever looked. He fit more with Curtis Axel. He couldn't look more out of place if he tried. He couldn't look more bored if he tried. He couldn't look more uncomfortable if he tried. He just does not fit this faction at all. Visually, it doesn't work. He never gets any mic time because Seth Rollins can cut a promo. If it was Paul Heyman with just Bron Breakker, I could be down with it. You know what I mean? Like, Paul Heyman's usually with the top guy, right? Punk, Brock, Roman. Maybe he's had a change of heart. Maybe he wants to get Bron Breakker and make him that guy, right? But him with his faction just does not work at all because Seth Rollins can cut a promo. So Paul Heyman is not needed at all. Paul Heyman is not needed in this faction whatsoever. There's no reason for him to be there. I remember a few weeks ago he told Sami Zayn, if you go over to SmackDown, I can get you a title match with John Cena. So why can't you do that for Seth? Why does Seth have to win the briefcase to get a title match when you could have just you could have given one to Sami Zayn, but you won't give one to Seth for some reason? Doesn't make sense here. It doesn't work. If you have this pull, why wouldn't you get Bron Breakker a title match? It doesn't work. Paul Heyman with his faction has never looked more uncomfortable and out of place and more irrelevant in his career. We get Penta vs Bron Breakker, again, a match where neither can lose. Neither can lose, so why create the match? Why make the match when neither can lose? Bron Breakker wins, pretty good match, pretty good ending, devastating spear. But again, Penta takes the L. Penta takes the L again. Came in, all this hype, everyone thought, oh, decent booking. Then Triple H just got bored. Ray Phoenix, where is Ray Phoenix? Triple H got bored. What's Aleister Black doing? Nothing. Same goes for anyone else that comes in from AEW. Miro, what's he doing? A match with Rusev. Rusev, a match with Sheamus for the 1016th time in his career. Wow. AJ versus Dominic Mysterio gets cancelled for Night of Champions. No reason given, really. He's claimed an injury, but I assume one of them just didn't want to do the event. Don't blame him. I'm surprised more haven't done it, but whatever. They set up New Day. They set up last night. They set up New Day versus Finn and JD for the titles next week. Now I ask you, is there a problem with this match? Do you sense an issue here? What are the New Day? Heels. Finn and JD, what are they? Heels. A heel versus heels match for the titles. What is the crowd supposed to do? Who does the crowd cheer for in this match, by the way? So when we get to next week and we have this title match, right? Who does the crowd cheer for? They have no reason to invest or care about this match because it's heels versus heels. They're supposed to boo both. Heels versus heels is worse than face versus face because the faces, at least you can cheer for someone. Heels versus heels, you're booing for both of them. So you don't really care who wins because you don't like either of them. Stupid booking again. Stupid, nonsensical, just confusing booking. The crowd has no idea what to do in most of these matches. Faces versus faces, you're cheering for both of them. You're cheering for one person, and then the next second you're cheering for him getting beat up. Heels versus heels, what's the point? Jade versus Roxanne. Roxanne loses. Jade wins. We all knew this was going to happen. Jade's going to win at Night of Champions, and then Naomi's going to cash in and win it, I assume, at SummerSlam. Which is, I mean, I have no issues with that at all. I do have an issue with Roxanne losing. That's the issue with these tournaments. People losing that should not be losing. Alexa loses last week. Roxanne loses this week. People that just can't afford to be losing right now. Roxanne is involved in something with the Judgment Day. She's new to the main roster. You want to make her feel like a big deal. And she's just losing. That's the issue with these tournaments. Jade wins. Messy ending to the match. I don't really know what they were trying there, but Jade wins. She qualifies for the final. Her versus Asuka. Again, face versus face. Asuka's going to have to take an L already after returning. I don't know what's going on. We get Becky versus Bayley. Again, WWE, the theme of these shows these days, if you get a match between two people that are a big name or a match between two people that can't take an L, most of them are going to end in a DQ. This one was no different. Lyra comes out and costs Becky the match, which leads to her via DQ keeping the belt. Who cares? They're probably setting up a triple threat for Evolution. Another PLE we've got to build towards before SummerSlam. Because let's confuse our audience even more. Let's build towards 3 different events. But yeah, whatever. Rhea, this was funny. Rhea gets put through a table in the show by Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel comes out to cut a promo. Rhea comes out and it ends in Roxanne comes out, and then I don't know, it's weird. And then Raquel puts Rhea through a Slim Jim table because we've got to use Slim Jim tables on every show now to get Slim Jim tables on the show. There's got Slim Jim logo on the show, as if a massive fucking logo in the smack bang in the middle of the ring isn't enough. Slim Jim, massive logo in the middle of a ring, every show. Is that not enough? Is that not enough exposure for Slim Jim? We need to put them on the tables. As soon as you saw that happen, you knew you were getting Slim Jim tables on every single show, so they don't feel special anymore. Don't feel special. But Rhea gets put through it, and 5 minutes later, she's fine. It goes to ad break or something, and after the ad break, she's backstage talking to Adam Pearce or something, and she's angry. And I'm thinking, okay, so you've just been put through a table, and you're fine after about 5 to 10 minutes-ish. CM Punk got put through a table and was out for about what felt like 2 hours on SmackDown via John Cena. I just found that kind of funny. Rhea's fine after 5 minutes, but CM Punk looked like he was dead. Main event. The face versus face, obviously. Cody versus Jay. Cody wins. Nice little show of respect after the match, because that's what people want to see. That's what people care about. Oh, they respect each other. Yay, exciting television. So we get Cody versus Randy Orton with a solid one show to build it up. When we all imagined Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, right? Dream match. When we all imagined it, we imagined months of storytelling and planting seeds and all of this. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be so much fun. The story you could tell there, there's so much history. You could tell a huge, incredible storyline between these two for months that would hopefully lead up to a WrestleMania or even a SummerSlam main event we would take. But instead, it's the final of a tournament with one show to build it up. And are they even going to build it up? Are Cody and Randy going to show up on SmackDown? I don't know. But even if they do, that's one show to build it up. One show to build up to this dream match that everyone's wanted to see since Cody returned. One show. 1 week to build it up. That is disgusting. SummerSlam is right there. SummerSlam is right there. But no, let's just waste it at Night of Champions. Let's waste Cena vs Punk at Night of Champions. Awful show, stupid booking from top to bottom. Night of Champions is stupid booking from top to bottom as well. Stupid card that no one cares about. Couple of big matches that are wasted there. Should be at SummerSlam. And the rest of the card is just very strange. Sammy vs Cross and Rhea vs Raquel. Okay. Riveting television, right? Riveting. Another stupid show. Triple H cannot book a WWE show to save his life. Night of Champions. That was the go home show, the go home Raw to Night of Champions. Night of Champions Saturday. Hopefully everyone comes out of there alive. Hopefully everyone is okay. Disgusting that this is going ahead. Disgusting. TK only care about money. And it's never been more evident than this. It's disgusting that this is going ahead. But whatever. Another awful, stupid Raw.